Okay, thank you guys for our episode number 4. But unfortunately, today we supposed to have another guest to join us on the show, but so happened he can't make it due to some big scan. Oh, no, not a big scan, sorry. Some big business, big business lah. Big business that he's having right now. He's having some scandals with his lobster, so he's not gonna make it. He'll be in our next 2 episodes. So I'm gonna start. Vic, why don't you do the introduction of the show for today?
Okay, so today's episode, right? We will be talking about the favorite things of the favorite things when it comes to competition, BJJ competition. So I think all of us here in this podcast, 4 of us, and also other people like those who train BJJ, I mean, we all been through competition once, at least once, So we also encourage our teammates to compete. Okay, so in order to have a strong team, right? And I would say you need to have the consistency, bringing home the hardware, as in all the experiences and that. But but certain people, they just don't like competition. They don't like the anxiety. They just don't feel comfortable competing. But I think for us, okay, I mean I cannot speak for everyone, but as for myself, okay, I love competing. Okay, no, when it comes to competing, there's win and there's there's losing as well, but it depends on how you perform. So everyone wants to win, okay, but when it comes to losing, there's always a lesson for us to learn. Okay, so we acknowledge that competition isn't for everyone, like what I mentioned just now, but we feel that if you can compete, and if you can fit into the schedule of training, you should enter at least, a few competition that is available. But then right now, of course, Malaysia is under FCO, so there is no competition going on right now. But you will never know, like people say, testing yourself mentally and physically is probably one of the reasons why jiu-jitsu today it's so different from last time. Okay, so it makes you accountable for yourself and also to the team. But today we're gonna share, what are the favorite things when it comes to competition. So today's guest we have Khye Shern. Sorry, Minkan, I always keep thinking about you. But today Minkan can't join us, so we have Khye Shern today. So he's one of our teammates from PTT. I know it's been so long. I forgot how long we stopped training. 6 months, 5 months ago. So the last time I saw him.
Six months ago. Shit.
Yeah, 6 months ago. That's so long, man. Seriously, 6 months ago. So I'm happy to see him. I think we all are happy to see him. Right now.
Too.
We miss you a lot. We miss rolling with you. But I think you're not in Penang right now, right?
And I'm planning to go back around beginning of November. I'll be in Penang.
Great. Okay, why don't you intro yourself a bit?
And also explain that why your chest has grown thicker.
Look at that, guys! Look at that. His nan can shake.
Introduce myself. Okay.
You're male. You're short hair.
I'm male. I'm a guy.
Hey, fast lah. This is not interview lah.
So like Vic introduced, I'm Khye Shern, and I think for the purpose of this podcast, is I'll just say that I started BJJ around 5 years ago. And and also relevant to today's topic, I started competing a few months after I started BJJ, so it's pretty soon. And and the first, I won't call it competition, but competition setting I've been in is the 2 months after I joined. I went for Mima's tryouts. So
nice.
Then after that, it's been filled with competitions every year. Mostly with you guys.
Right. Do you want to tell the audience what is MIMA? Like, I think certain people, they don't know what is MIMA.
MIMA stands for Malaysian Invasion MMA. It's before this, it was one of the biggest MMA platforms in Malaysia and one of the biggest MMA competition platforms, I would say, in Malaysia. And too bad I joined a bit late because by the time I fought, it was MIMA 5, and then that was the last MIMA ever. So
MIMA 5. So which MIMA last for like five seasons only, right?
5 years, yeah. Once per year, right?
5 years.
All right.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but MIMA, at MIMA, he's actually competing at 77 kilos. And now I think, what was your weight now?
94. 94, bro.
You know what's the funniest thing or not? Just a bit sidetracked from this. Few days, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I actually went to gym with Omar yesterday. And everyone put on weight, we bumped into Rafiq. Rafiq is like bulky now. Like everyone is heavier. I think the whole MCO itself, like everyone gain weight, like everyone gain muscle.
How not to gain?
Yeah.
How to not gain?
That is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone gain weight during this MCO. But when it comes to competition, I mean, okay, this is what today we are talking about. The favorite things about competing, right? One of the reasons why I like competing is because, I mean, sometimes I will cut my weight down. Okay, I will fight under 65. Okay, so if I don't fight under 65, I'll be fighting under 70. Okay, but when it comes to fighting under 65, right? I need to cut weight, right? That is what I would say that it's like a love and a hate kind of relationship when it comes to cut weight. It depends on my mood because it really fucked up the mood. But
Definitely.
when you are actually having a good mood and when you know that for me for myself, like when I know that I'm gaining weight, right, and then competition is coming, I will take that as a good reason to cut weight. Because if I just want to cut weight just like that, right, I don't have the discipline to cut weight. So I will take competition. Yeah.
That's why everyone gain weight. No competition.
Exactly. Like right now you are in MCO and then there is no proper competition coming in, right? Even there's competition, but it's in other countries, and then we cannot. I would say we cannot really go to other countries because of COVID. Right? Yeah.
The first competition after MCO, right? The open weight category will be full. I think the initial category will be full.
Yeah, most likely. I think everyone will be fighting above their weight category.
Yeah.
I believe the category that less people is like under 65 categories. So.
Yeah. Unless you're like Mook is different. He eat whatever food also, right? He is still maintaining his weight.
Mook is different.
His
belly is like there's a black hole there, whatever, just eat this somehow disappeared,
So that guy is like totally different, He's born different, he's trained different actually.
Yeah.
So that is one of the reasons why I like competing.
Yeah.
I don't know about other people.
Yeah, but back to the main topics. This is just open discussion. Why do each of us like to compete? Like, what's the best part about competing? Maybe I go to Mang first.
Yeah.
Oh, you're asking me. Among you guys, I'm the one that join competition. Last one, it's like total competition I've joined is like only 3 times, and that's about it. I'm not a common guy.
At least there's like few times also there's something that you like about competing. Or at least 2-3 times also something that you like.
Well, it's just like my team, they join, so just join. I don't have any like special purpose just to join competition. It's just because of friends and teams, just join for fun.
To smash people lah.
Since when?
But I remember when Mang joined, I think it's second comp. Someone signed up for him. He didn't sign up for himself. Actually, someone signed up for him behind his back. And then after that sign up, only told him, hey Mang, sign up for you already. I think Bangkok was involved as well.
What the heck? Yeah, they purposely create this group, just to put me Begzat and Jen. Every single day, he was keep disturbing me in the WhatsApp, in the group, keep bumping, keep shooting. Oh man, like so pressure. And in the end, okay, join, okay, join.
Yeah, in the
That's
end, he
how it
joined the
started.
competition. That is how he started, and that is how he got hooked up with competition.
Huh?
So, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, how about you, Vic?
Like I mentioned just now, right? One of the things that I like about competition is, I can cut weight. I can take that as a reason to cut weight. But another reason is because for me, I've been competing for quite some time. Okay, there's always winning and there's always losing, that I mentioned earlier. But when it comes to losing that part, right, you're not just losing, the competition, but when you go back, right, you're actually gaining some experience. You can go back and then you can go back to the drawing board and then you learn a few things. You will there's always sometimes when people record your videos of you competing. Then if you look back to the video, right, you will know, okay, I have done this mistake. I shouldn't have go to this side. I shouldn't have go to that side. These are the mistakes that I learned. So it's always a learning curve, when it comes to competition. Win or lose, doesn't matter. Okay, if you win, good for you. If you lose, it's okay, try back again. So these are the things that actually I like about competition. It's a learning curve.
What question is
Whoever
doing?
knows.
Yeah, what question doing?
Charge phone.
I thought you have some donut underneath the table.
No, he's feeding himself.
So that is one of the reasons why.
I heard everything. Don't worry.
How about you, Khye Shern?
Me. You guys know me. So I would say my favorite thing would be the food afterwards.
Joy come because of the food afterwards.
Hey, but
Yeah,
I think,
There's something about like Vic said, we cut and we cut and we cut. And then you put in all that work competing, because BJJ competition is always on the day. Weigh-ins are always on the day, so you don't get to eat after you weigh in, for other, for MMA. Then after you put in your work for the day, then the first meal you have, I would say it's the best, man.
satisfying.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get to eat you've been competing, you've been eating clean, okay, you've been eating really clean, and then after the weight cut, right, you just get to roll up anything, all the food, right?
Yeah, that first donut is so amazing.
That first donut.
I still remember there's one competition, you try to gain weight, right? You try to fight heavy. And then you just keep eating donut.
Yeah, I went to the 88 above. Yeah.
Yeah, that time
Khye
Shern was actually my housemate during that time.
We stayed in the same Airbnb.
Yeah, and at night time, like before sleep, I'm like just not really starving myself because I didn't really cut much. But I remembered Khye Shern is like, he and Huika is like taking donuts and like stuffing donuts in their mouth, both of them. They're enjoying donuts so much.
Everyone is cutting, man.
Yeah, that is one thing I hate the most, is when my training partner, okay, my teammates are basically, when they are not cutting and they're eating right in front of you, that is really suffering, like, seriously. Like, you're eating like that non-stop, like, I don't give a shit, I'm just gonna eat. But when you're cutting, right, you're like...
But that's the only time I don't have to cut weight. That was the only time. That time I reached 96 kg that time, and then a few months later we competed again, and we stayed at the same Airbnb. Same Airbnb. That time was I cut until 75.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Did we stay in the prison hotel after that?
No, we didn't stay in the prison hotel, but the same Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same Airbnb. I remember I was there.
Yeah, I ate Haagen-Dazs at
he ate my Haagen-Dazs, man. Seriously, he went back. He and Kenneth went back to the hotel and he ate my Haagen-Dazs. Then he came back and said, okay, I finished the Haagen-Dazs and okay, now.
Hey, but you guys go and compete and all, do you guys actually expect like any type of prize money when you guys compete? Or do you guys expect anything? Like, is there any expectation?
Not really for. I think no. For personally, for me, no, not really. Yeah, I don't expect. I don't even expect to win.
Yeah. For me, for myself, prize money is not something that you. I mean, for me, like what I say, that it's not an expectation. But for normal competition, of course, I will want. I mean, of course, I'm expecting myself to win. You know, but
unless I go DI.
You're gonna slap someone. You're gonna slap someone. That's different already. Yeah, other competition with prize money, of course, you will want to win and get the prize money. But like for certain competition and normal competition, you just want to go there and compete. But like I said, I cannot speak for everyone. I'm speaking for myself. That is what I will want to do. I'll just compete. If I will expect myself to win. But for prize money, not really.
I wonder why would I could go for the prize money, then only you compete. Might as well buy Toto, man.
No, I think this is a reason why, because some people expect for prize money. Maybe because they are like this is their full-time job. They are full-time.
No, if you talk about like full-time job, then it's fine. The fighter then they fight.
Yeah, fighter.
Money this or that. If like normal people like us, who would expect any prize money for the fight, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think Malaysia is paying any type of fight money at the moment, as far as I know for BJJ. Maybe for like other sports like MMA, boxing, Muay Thai and all, then yes, maybe some tokens or what. But I don't think for BJJ sports, even your black belt, there is no prize money involved, especially when it comes to, it can be any competition, can be Copa or even some the smaller ones like BJJ Roots or even our gym competition. I don't think that we'll ever able to like pay anyone any money lah.
Because as I can see that BJJ, this industry in Malaysia is like, to be honest, like you compare to the sponsorship, you compare to the MMA one, right? They have more sponsorship. And then as for BJJ, it's like so little, maybe some of the competition don't even have any sponsorship also. So they will give it, even though they have any good prize money. I mean, they have prize money. I don't think it will be a lot, you see. Maybe probably a few $100 that can't even cover your trip down there,
I'm not quite sure about Mima. Did Mima pay prize money?
No, it's MMA, really.
Yeah,
even MMA they don't pay much. Amateur by right, we shouldn't be paid for amateur fights. Last MMA I got paid protein powder.
So it's just so big lah. But
protein powder.
I got paid protein powder. What the heck?
Hey, speaking of protein powder, I still remember I when I won Copa, right, I get Milo, man. A pack of Milo.
Oh yeah.
There's a primary school. There's a primary school thing, shit, man. Milo.
Because they were sponsored by Milo at that time. I think one of the sponsorship. Then when you win, you get Milo was damn nice.
My Milo, what, like 3-in-1 packet or the whole bottle one?
No, it's not the whole bottle. It's a big packet one. The
one inside is 3-in-1 individual pack or
no. Individual pack. Not individual pack. It's like the entire packet of I don't know how many kg. That was the one, not 3-in-1 one. The big one.
Minum Milo, Anda jadi sehat dan kuat.
Yeah, that is one thing.
Yeah, but I think that when we talk about prize money, also actually I had the thoughts of this lah, because looking at how BJJ scene in Malaysia is, or BJJ scene around Southeast Asia, there is not much, like what Mang mentioned also, there's not much sponsor and all, and most of us that we are doing these sports, most of us, we are all working adults.
Yeah.
And in fact, what we really need is more on the competition experience to like enjoy the competition together as a competitor and also do it together with our teammates. But it is not really about money. I don't think that money is more rewarding in that sense, but actually going down, spend time with our teammates, spend time with our friends and all, eating together and win medals together. I think that is even more fulfilling or more satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Definitely.
But like some of the stuff that I noticed, right, because of this sponsorship thingy, you know, everyone is like, oh man, we like to fight, then what's my, you know, how much you pay me for fight, this and all that. They don't even really think of like who they are, and yeah, maybe there's just like ordinary people like us. You know, everyone just, you ask them to fight whatsoever, you invite them, they'll, hey, like, you know, what's the money? You know, what's the price they're gonna pay me to fight this and all that? Hey, come on, it's just a normal fight, or maybe it's just a local comp. And then I don't know, serious, I don't know what were they thinking, that why they thinking that they deserve to have prize money and this and all that kind of thing. It's, you don't even see that this is maybe it's a small competition, or maybe it's a slightly well-known competition. Why don't they ask the Copa or whatsoever competition in Malaysia that when they go and join competition, they ask for prize money? You know,
They
I
don't
don't
dare.
understand all this shit.
That's different competition anymore. They don't dare to ask, man. That's so big. But yeah, lah, I think prize money, when it comes to prize money, it's not something that I will look into. I won't expect that. I won't expect prize money.
So you look
Yeah.
into eating.
Hmm?
You look
The
into eating.
competition for Khye Shern is just because of eating after.
I mean,
actually- Yeah, Khye Shern, you can go ahead. I think
yeah,
we-
I mean, there are pros and cons to having a fight first for BJJ. If we are talking about BJJ lah, but I think if we eliminate that aspect, right, the prize money, it keeps the sport how should I say, pure or true to its roots. Yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone there is, you know, your opponent in there is not there for their prize money.
True.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it makes us more willing to pour our heart and soul into that.
Yeah, I
very
agree.
match.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct.
And then it reduces a lot of how should I say, inhibitions. Like for example, if I'm in this for the money, right? Okay, so most Copa what will happen is blue belts and above, they'll just jump guard or they just pull guard and then they hold until the end, then they get 2 points or something. Then okay lah, then that's the most efficient way to earn money.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, there's a
But
strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you remove that, people are more willing to try new stuff. And by making there are less things at risk, makes you more willing to take risks, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes
yeah,
sense.
correct. Yeah, I agree that because of like without the prize money, I believe the competition or the thing will be like more pure, instead of like people going like looking forward for because of the prize. But
Yeah,
if
and
the
then
prize money, then will be more people join. It's funny. Yeah.
And then it prevents a lot of conflicts as well. Like for example, like if there's a misjudgment from the referee or something,
Yeah.
you won't get as angry if there's no like 10K to lose.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you won't fight over that advantage or something.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, but guess what's more rewarding in that sense? When all of us gather together and we go for our usual Kazakhstan food.
Cosmic.
I honestly, personally, I find that is my favorite part of the whole competition. Like, that is something that we all do look forward for. Like, even before the competition day itself, we'll be always like, oh, we are going to Astana, we are going for our Kazakhstan food after that. Like, everyone do have like something to look forward lah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's the best part of all, going down with our teammates, flying down together, some take bus, some drive.
Yeah, spend time with everyone.
Spend together, family mart trip together.
Oh yeah, family. Yeah,
Family
man.
mart trip together. Then after that, Sunday night, horse meat.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I still remember the last competition was in Copa, and then we didn't go for the horse meat. We went for Korean barbecue, if I'm not wrong. I remember we went for Korean barbecue after the competition. The next day when we were going to fly back. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Actually,
Yeah.
that was the day after, but the day before, Astana is always like our
Yeah.
tradition.
Yeah.
Like
It's
we
always
will
our
have like
tradition.
how many packs? 20 packs, 30 packs.
About that. It's
Yeah,
more
about
than
that.
it's like around 20 or less than 20. It's always more than 10 one. Definitely more than that one. We always like enjoying that. That was the best part, lah.
We booked the
Especially
whole
for those who
room.
are cutting weight.
Yeah, we bought the whole room.
Booked
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
room.
Yeah. We put the entire room. I still remember. Man, that was fun. That was like really, really fun back then.
Hey, where's Astana?
Oh, you didn't join us Astana?
Never.
Yeah, because you're having your romantic date after that, right? Not
Oh,
us,
come on, man. Every time if it happens to Joy-Com, I have to go back in Sunday evening or Sunday night. Monday I have to work. Damn it.
Yeah,
I think you should
Yeah,
try
yeah.
once.
yeah, you should actually try once.
Yeah, you should try once.
Yeah,
Horse
maybe
meat,
in
man.
future when we have
Oh, man. Huh?
not really the horse meat. I personally don't eat the horse meat, but I really enjoy the company. Like it becomes like our tradition because our coach is from Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
So it is something that we just do because I think he missed Kazakhstan food as well. So something that we do along with him.
Mm.
Yeah. I still remember he brought us there like very often after the competition. And that is the best part for those who just cut weight. And then they get to eat all the best food. Whoa. That was the best.
Mm.
And then the symbolism is there as well because Kazakhstan food, especially the horse meat, we don't. It's not served in like individual plates. You know, it's in the middle and then everyone shares.
Yeah.
Oh.
I still
You mean the
remember.
horse meat is like how they cook it, the horse meat?
No, it's a sausage. It's like a form of sausage. I think.
Sausage. Oh,
So
okay.
they slice it thinly. If
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh.
mistaken, because I didn't eat it, so I don't really remember. Yeah.
So I thought they took the whole piece of horse meat and then slice it.
But it's not. It's not as ground up like a hot dog. You know, it's
Yeah.
you
No,
can
no,
still
no.
see the
Yeah.
meat.
Yeah. It's very tender, I would say. It's quite tender, right?
Yeah.
I remember,
But it's very heaty. Yeah.
That is all like the finale part lah. That's like all the finale part. But when it comes back to the competition itself, one of the things that I see from teammate perspective and all, I realize that we are all very united in that sense. So that is also something that I personally I do enjoy when we compete together. Like when we go down, even though during that time all of us we are all from like different gym. Like we cross train here and there, but we represent like the same particular team that we enter and we compete together. And you see like Team Penang is like cheering for everyone. The Penang, the Penang, Chongqing from the Penang. So
the announcement.
Yeah.
The Penang.
Chongqing.
What the heck?
Chongqing from Penang, from the Penang, please go to mat number 2.
From the Penang. What the heck?
Before from the Penang, right? I remember they call Khye Shern his name Chongqing.
Yeah, Chongqing.
Yeah, Chongqing.
Chongqing.
Chongqing from the Penang.
From the
Please
Penang.
report to Mat 1.
Because it's Khye Shern Zhong. That's why Chongqing.
What the fuck, man? They pronounce the name
Khye
Chongqing.
Shern. They call him Chongqing.
My name is hard to pronounce.
No, it's
Since
not.
when they pronounce? Since when they pronounce your name like that?
Since the first Copa I joined, no one corrected anyone.
Holy
Chongqing.
shit. Chongqing.
It sounds like the name of the childhood chocolate stick.
Choki Choki. But I think it really brings back memories, man. Like them calling me all these small details, like which brings me back to my first ever Copa. Copa was my first competition. Copa is my first competition.
But besides Copa and Mima, right? I remember you went to Singapore for the ADCC.
That was my favorite competition. I mean, like favorite as in like personal achievement, but yeah, I'll tell about the team part later, but the ADCC is more of like a personal thing because that one I was super nervous because there's not many people from my original gym joining from the home gym joining. It's only Mook, Josh, Minken, and then last minute Woon joined. But it's just from my gym, it's just the four of us, and then I think we joined by Poppy, and I forgot. And then it was very surreal because it was my first competition outside of Malaysia, and then I had only trained that was my second year of training. I was still white, and then I joined the beginners category. It was amazing. I would say that that's one of the I would say proudest moments of my BJJ journey, just because of the name ADCC. Sounds so
Because of the
cool.
money.
Because of the Korea.
There's no money. There's no money.
Huh?
There's no money.
Oh, but did you cut weight that time, or you didn't cut weight?
Oh, that and also that was one of the worst weight cuts ever. I was competing for under
Your chair.
Too heavy.
my charger fell.
I think your chair doesn't like you talk about like weight cutting stuff, man.
Yeah, that was one of my worst weight cuts because I was competing under 70.9. That was the lowest weight I've ever been.
Holy
I think
shit.
70. No, sorry, 70.4.
70.4. So you have to be under 70, right? If not wrong.
Under 70.4, yeah. I remember I weighed at 70.1.
Yeah. Holy crap. I imagine your size and then with 70 kg.
Before flying to Singapore, I already didn't eat for 1 day.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Like we flew down on Friday. Thursday, I didn't eat. I fasted. Friday, I drank like half a bottle of water, like 250 ml.
Whoa.
And then we went there. I don't know why I insisted on cutting weight. But it was a fun experience. Arriving there, looking at them eat Singapore chicken rice, and I know that I'm not missing out much because Malaysia chicken rice better.
Singaporean gonna hate you.
If there's any Singaporean like listen to this, right, they will definitely PM you. Really.
It's just a joke. You guys have better. Singapore have better chili crab.
Oh, you're serious?
Okay, and then it was really hard. I remember arriving there. We checked into a hostel. I'm still like 500 grams or 1 kg overweight.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and then Saturday is the competition day. So I went out. I went out several sessions. I went out on my own. I sprint, came back, and then Minken brought me out to cut weight. And then afterward, Josh. At night we went and watched the geese were fight. It was really fun. And then, but it was one of the worst nights of my life, being hungry. And then second day, they told me the second day that you have to weigh in each time before you step on the mat. That means I cannot replenish after weigh-ins. And then I was so frustrated. And then I was still waiting for my turn. Every 5 minutes, I went to the weighing counter. Hey, can I weigh in here? Can I weigh in here? And then finally, they told everyone that, okay, weigh in once will be enough. Like, oh, fuck. I weighed in.
Holy crap.
I remember I almost passed out, man. I was really dizzy at time. And then I weighed in, and then I went and eat. I went and eat with Woon. And that is also one of my favorite competitions because of my teammate Woon. Because I've never met another legend like him.
every session of ours, there'll be like one person mention one legend.
One legend.
Yeah. But seriously, that is the competition where I know that he's the real deal, man. Like
Real deal.
Saturday we compete, right? Monday we ask him, "Hey Woon, do you want to compete? Are you planning on registering?" He said, I'll see. Then Saturday, Friday I received a call from Woon. Hey, I'm in Singapore now. That means Friday after work, he finished work, he didn't cut weight anything. He competed in his weight class. He competed at walking weight. He flew Friday night. He arrived at Singapore. He didn't even change money. He told me he's still carrying Malaysian ringgit. Then he checked the passport. He looked for a hotel on Friday night. Saturday morning, he met us at the mall. He went in, he fucked everyone out, he got gold. Then 4 p.m. Saturday, finished, I think around 4 p.m. because only Nogi that day. Finish everything, take photo, take photo for me, take photo then. Okay, Khye Shern, I'm going back to Penang now, bye. See you back home. But we feel how tiny we are, we cut weight, we train. Not that he didn't train, he trained, but we cut weight, everything. We are so nervous. He's just like super relaxed, super chill, came in, he got gold. Everyone got gold, go back. We went there, I was super nervous, everything. I got a silver, I'm happy. But I look at him, he got gold, he's still very chill. Oh, okay.
What Julius Caesar used to say lah. I came, I saw, I conquer. Just like Woon.
I think the money that he exchanged, right, he didn't finish it off. I think the Singaporean money, the Singapore dollar, he didn't finish it off. He just go back.
That was amazing. Man. That was amazing.
Yeah, but I remember actually Woon compete. We used to compete in one BJJ competition in Penang before. I think Vic, you used to compete there. That time I still don't know. That time we are still not friends lah. Still not friends at that point. Yeah, I remember Woon was competing, and that was Woon first BJJ competition as well. And he went in there, he guillotined someone. And I don't think the person tapped. I think the person went to sleep.
He put many people to sleep before, including me.
He put many people.
Yeah, the first competition in Penang, okay. Back then. 2013, 2014.
I don't know. I haven't joined.
Yeah.
I joined the same time as Mamang. Around the same time.
Really, man?
Really? A few months early. Yeah, I still remember we went to open match, right? At Gurney there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first few open match only.
That's my first com, that time I know you.
I remember I rolled with you. That was the first time I met you. And then after rolling, then you say, "Oh, thank you, giving uncle chance." Uncle, what are you?
Uncle, what master?
Then he said, "I'm 40 something." Then, really?
You see that, Mark? You're giving people the wrong impression, man.
I'm 40 plus.
You think that you keep saying that you are old, right? But you're actually giving the impression that you are young. You see that?
Yeah, thanks to my single eyelid, man. Yeah. Smaller eye looks younger.
So Khye Shern, you started with Gi first.
No, I started with no gi because I fought MMA first.
Oh yeah. That's what I was like, because you said you started the same time as Mark. Then that time I remember PPT already like really ventured into gi already. And then somehow I thought you started with gi first.
PTT haven't started gi yet that time.
Oh, okay.
That time, we are only doing no-gi, and then and I think but Minka is not here, right? But and he has the most influence on me, competition wise, because apart from MMA is like that was one of the things I wanted to do. But BJJ comp is I think it was led by Minkan. I believe for our gym as well, right? He was the first person
No.
who wanted
Actually,
to compete in Copa.
he's the first person who compete in Copa, but he's not the first one who actually ventured out, because the Penang BJJ competition was the first one, and me, Woon, Jen, few of us actually competed in that. Not more, but few of us. But to venture outside of Penang, Minkan was the first. He and his brother Lim Minke.
Oh, really?
No lah, Lim Minke is.
It's a joke, it's a joke. Because during the competition, they are like calling Lim Ming. Then after we are like Lim Minken. But actually it's Lim Minke, Kerk. So we are like, oh, your brother.
We always meet Lim Minke in Copa, and they are same weight category.
Yeah. By the way, Minke, sorry, we are not here to insult you. It's just our joke.
He's having fun with his lobster now.
That guy didn't come here to talk about this competition.
I think he has the most experience competition wise.
And he traveled the most.
Competition. Yeah, he traveled the most.
Yeah.
He traveled to a lot of places, man. I think
to train
India,
BJJ.
Southeast Asia, around Southeast Asia, like if I remember, he traveled a lot, and I think he gained a lot of experience from that.
Yeah. And
I remember there's one time he actually went to travel for quite some time, and then he came back and then he competed, right?
And then he continued traveling.
Yeah. That guy is another
Taiwan. He stopped by Malaysia. He competed, then he continued to Philippines.
He is another legend, that guy.
Yeah, I travel with him a lot. So I think like besides from a competitor standpoint, right? Another favorite thing about competition is watching, being a spectator.
Oh yeah, watching actually is one I
quite
do.
fun. Yeah, like imagine you go like there are a few times, right? I think everyone of us here have that experience. We go down, we didn't fight, we corner.
Yeah.
And then I think that's the, how should I say, 100% of the fun, 0% commitment.
Yeah. Cornering your teammates, right? You're shouting from one end to another end, right?
You get to experience everything, but you don't have to feel nervous.
Yes, you're like, holy shit! It's like you're playing a video game, You're controlling your teammate. You're trying to control your teammates, And then that feeling, right? You're just like, I see like you're inside the mat, rolling, competing, but you're actually outside cornering your teammates what to do and what to watch out. That is like another experience, lah.
And then you eating by the mats.
No, but one of the things, But I think one of the things from that perspective itself, for me, whenever I'm down there not competing, honestly, I feel fun, but I feel shit at the same time. The reason why is because whenever I see my teammates competing, I'm like, why I didn't register?
You feel guilty, right?
Yeah.
You feel guilty. That the guilt is there.
Yeah. Oh, this is another good topic we should talk about. The guilt of competition. Okay, next time.
No, but it's true because sometimes like all of us go down, then you see like everyone compete, then we are just there like nowhere, no there. We can eat all we want, then we are experiencing the same thing, but suddenly we feel like competing.
Unless you are injured lah.
Yeah, but I know a teammate of ours. One of our teammates actually wanted to register on the spot because that person didn't choose to register. But then when the person saw that, everyone is competing, okay, I want to get registered, so went to the counter and asked, can I register? Because last time Copa in the past, they actually allow walk-in register on the day itself.
Oh, okay.
But when it gotten bigger itself, then they actually closed that part already. So some actually attempted to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think you still remember, right, Raymond? We went to Bangkok Open. I
Yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to compete, remember? And
Yeah.
then there is no weight category. I mean, the weight category
What?
that I want to compete, right? There is no people. But there is one guy who's the master two or
Master two,
three?
Master two.
Master two. Same weight category, but he don't want to come down. I still remember that. The
Yeah.
organizer said that the organizer said that he tried to ask him to compete in adult, but then there is no feedback from him. So I told the organizer, hey, you know what? I want to compete above that category. When he said adult not allowed to compete in master, I was like, shit.
Yeah,
Then
but
he wants me
actually,
to
You,
compete.
you see old man there, then no competitor, so you want to bully him, lah?
No. And then eventually there's one opening. There's one he wanted to bump up my weight to 76, under 76, or under 80, I forgot already. Then I was like, oh, that is way too much for me. So eventually I went down, I did not compete. I only corner Raymond and the rest of the teammates. But that was also the best moment.
yeah, actually that was the best moment. I think that was one of our that was my first overseas trip, BJJ trip with our teammates to compete together.
Yeah.
And it was very fun because that time round we get to meet like DJ Jackson, which is
Yeah.
the legend, a real legend in the sports.
Mhm.
And personally, even for your case, you're supposed to go up and you're supposed to compete with someone at Master 2. For my side, I actually registered under Master 1. And
Right.
because there's no opponent in Master 1, they actually put me in adult category. So I went against Phuket Top Team. No, not Phuket Top Team. Temple BJJ current coach, Campbell.
Yeah.
And I compete with him and I got red from him. And my next match, I went up one weight category above. But that time, I think that even COVID was not there yet at the moment. But I was like coughing like no tomorrow during that 2 weeks itself. During competition, I felt like, like I'm about to die during the competition. And Vic shouted until his voice also gone.
Yeah, I keep cornering like.
No
I
voice.
remember I was cornering like everyone. I corner Adi, I corner Raymond, I corner Kim San, I corner Pei San. Who else did I corner?
You didn't
James?
corner Paysan lah. You
I
corner
didn't corner
Paysan.
Pei San. God, I remember I cornered Pei San, you know?
Paysan went up against a teammate.
Yeah, I think.
Fly together, stay together, compete against each other.
Yeah, I still remember that. And then I cornered James as well. James from James
Yeah.
from Flow. So he was there. Yeah, it was a very, very fun competition. It was like what Raymond said, it's like the first experience to go overseas with your teammates and compete. But the problem is I did not compete that time.
Yeah, but it was very fun lah. Get to meet people, get to eat like nice Thai food together, get to like experience that country together with everyone, stay together, compete together, fly together. Everything is just perfect.
And that is also the first time we met DJ.
Yeah, but I think that but right after that itself, the pandemic started and all. Then like we all supposed to fly to Vietnam. I think.
Yeah.
I still have my flight ticket. It's still an open ticket. I think Vic, you haven't buy your flight ticket, but I think Khye Shern, you bought your flight ticket.
No, I didn't buy, but yeah, I wanted to go.
Yeah, all of us actually wanted to go to Dumao Asia Open, but until now.
Eventually, we didn't get to go there. Shit, it was like, if let's say there's no COVID, right, I think we have competed in Vietnam.
At least 3-4 times by now.
At least 3-4 times by now, exactly.
Yeah, I even booked my ticket to Japan to compete for Asia Open.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's now an open ticket lah, so I'm not sure am I still flying there or not. But that's the fun part about competition. Actually, not only just to pay to compete, but it's also part of experiencing different parts of the world or experiencing it together with people that really matters to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that all of us, we meet each other nearly every day, or at least 3 to 4 times a week on the mats and get smash each other and all. And then after that, maybe not piss off at each other, but annoy at each other. Then after that, we can eat together, then continue that cycle again.
Yeah.
That's the fun part lah. Anyway, Khye Shern, just to tell you, I had this conversation with our teammates. I don't want to mention name, but you guys should know who else that I've been training with for the past two weeks. My weightlifting partner. We are actually happy that you're not coming back anytime soon.
Why?
Because this is a conversation that we had yesterday lah. So we were having our coffee together. Then we're like, the gym is starting next week, but the good news is Khye Shern is not coming back yet. Why? Because our first few weeks we need to like start our engine and like start everything from fresh and all and you're usually the
only you all have engine. I don't have engine.
Hey, Khye Shern, you must remember, our engine all is probably 1.34 piston. Yours one is 5.0 V8,
Three-cylinder.
Yeah, but we are like, wow, that's a good thing. But then when we saw Rafiq Tam, we are like because Rafiq also got so much bigger.
I think Rafiq's engine be more powerful than mine. I don't think I rode that. I don't even think I rode that hard. I'm like super chill.
Among people, all I rode before Khye Shern, I tell you, I can't. Yours the most powerful. See, even though when you rode, you didn't really all out, but how to say, I can tell that it's like, okay. But that's so not you, man. Seriously, but I've seen you roll with your coach. Boom, bam, bam, boom, boom. I was thinking, oh, luckily, man.
Yeah, with Backside.
Yeah,
I saw. Remember he always rode with Backside. Wow, man.
Holy crap!
If
Every
you want-
single roll that when I happen to see him roll backside, right? It's like so interesting, man. Seriously, so interesting. I was thinking, oh man, when can I be like that? When can I roll be like Khye Shern?
You don't have to. You are already like above and beyond us already. Why do you have to do that? You're like bullying us on the mat all the time.
Dick, stop cyberbullying, bro. That's bad.
If you're-
Children will be watching this.
If you are rolling to survive, right, I think you will do whatever it takes.
Rolling to survive. How could you put it in that term, man? Rolling to survive.
If you don't want to die, you have to do whatever it takes.
But really with Backside is another level. Seriously, like crazy. I always watch he and Khye Shern roll.
That's why I say every single round that he rolls,
Okay,
very interesting to watch on.
I give you a choice lah. You want to take him down or you want to let him take you down?
Oh, that's not an option, bro. That's not even an option.
That's why you have to be brave. If you just wait, it'll be
Exactly,
worse
like,
for you.
I tried
Exactly.
before. No matter what I do, nothing works. Nothing works. Yeah, nothing works.
But admit it, you guys. But by training like this is what gives you confidence during your competitions, during your matches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always have this because I'm a very anxious and nervous person. I wouldn't say a lot of competition experience, but even with competition experience, I still feel like my legs are shaking before I step into the match. But then there's always this thought about how we train back at the gym back in Penang that gives me a little bit more confidence. Like especially if I see that person roll, and then when I step onto the mats, I tend to tell myself, I rode with Backside before, I rode with Woon before. This is
This is nothing. Yeah, this is nothing.
I rolled with Johnson before. I'm not afraid of anyone.
yeah.
Anyway, one of the things that Backside shared with me before, because I think that all of us rolled with Backside before and we got smashed by him before and we never complain. I mean, we never have like any bad heart feelings towards it. Like we are taking it and we taking it as learning curve together. And one of the things that Backside actually talked to me about it, because there are some students or there are some people that actually don't like that type of intensity. And I would say that most of our team, we are all very used to such intensity already, but there are some teammates that may not like such intensity. And they actually give Begzat such feedback. And Begzat actually gave a very good feedback that it is really to build up how your competition is all about. Because when you compete, it is not about you going in there and like roll, chill and all. Like you're going there, you're using like full energy. Yeah, but you smash people, what?
Hey, since when?
Yeah, but you know, you roll, you really go all out, like you use your full strength. So when they say strength doesn't matter, bullshit.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah, you're gonna use your full strength, you're gonna use your full technique, you're gonna give your best. It is same. It is something that we should put on in our when we roll, not like every single one, because if we pohada every day, end of the day we can't pohada anymore because our body, we are not able to take like full force training every day. Some of us can, but I personally can't. But it is actually good to have like teammates that push another teammates. This is how we improve together as a team.
I think the keyword is push safely. Like
Push safely, yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean Begzat is very intense, but he's not out to like kill you.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
He is more like he giving you.
He knows how to
hard rules.
control.
Yeah, he give you hard rules and everything, but there is a reason to it. It's to prepare you for competition. You know, and you know I've been rolling with him. I got smashed by him and all that. Right? I got tapped by him. It's always something that I learned.
You got tapped from him. I know people that tap him.
I'm not that person lah. Too bad. I'm not that person lah. If you tap Begzat, right, it's Begzat actually give you one.
Yeah, that's his style, man. Every single time tap him first, you can tap him one time only, then you kena.
Khye Shern is curious, like what's happening?
The
Like,
car then
what's
start to
happening?
crank. Yeah.
I think I know. But you know, one of the most condescending things you can feel is Begzat's tap. Like
I tap
other
Begzat.
people type, you will accept it. Okay, restart. But Begzat type, you're like,
What the?
You doubt yourself. You kind of question yourself.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. Khye Shern, yeah, correct. He was like, huh? What the heck? You know?
his tap got comma. You know, our tap is full stop. His tap is tap. What?
What? Haven't finished yet. Yeah, to be continued.
There's always something. There's always a but behind when you type in. There is no full stop one. There's always a comma right there. and then you'll be like, okay, did I really tap him? Did I really tap him? You know, sometimes you'll question yourself one.
Yeah.
You don't have to question yourself, lah. You're not tapping him like unless he's giving it to you. My personal opinion.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
We all know that.
Even over a cup of beer or even over a barrel of beer, I'll say the same thing.
There's a time, you know, he purposely give me the chance. It's like so obvious. I purposely don't do anything. Then he just stand there. Come on, man, move. No.
Sure, but one thing I like is Begzat's competition class. Oh, that was it. I know it's very tiring, but at the end of the row, right, when he asked you all to do the conditioning, right, oh, that was like, I know it's very tiring, but for me, right, after you do it, right, you'll be like, wow, that is like the best moment. You know, you can see that everyone, you know, keep doing the drills, you know, long step and all that in like 30 seconds. And after you change, and then you do knee cut, you know, in another 30 seconds. So we keep changing, like you keep pumping up your heart rate, you know. So it's very, very fun that time.
No wonder it's so
really
tough.
Yeah. My personal opinion, that Begzat training really caters a lot for competition.
Yeah.
In my opinion. When you look at Begzat, of course he's young and all, and you can really see like Begzat's prodigy is like Khye Shern, Woon, and all, like they have the same type of intensity, same type of vibe. Not really vibe lah. This guy's not serious at all. Because it's like super serious. Yeah, but in terms of when they roll, they go hard.
True. Yeah, they go very hard.
And
Totally
that
different, man.
sometimes it's not really a bad thing, unless if they go hard with bad intention. Like go hard, and when I put you on a submission, I really go all out to like crank you or to like break
But
you.
that one,
or,
that one you can tell when a person really are all out for long. You can tell seriously,
Yeah, because I think I roll with giant like Khye Shern. I don't remember getting injured, but I roll with Monk, I get injured. Oh, John.
I roll with Khye Shern all the time, right? It's like I got leg lock from him, and then it's like, okay, it's very normal. To me, to a point that I know what is coming and I still get leg lock, right? And then I'll just tap, and then it's just like very normal for me. Every time he will just play with my leg.
I think because we are such a close, tight-knit community, right? We train with almost the same people every week.
all the time.
Yeah. I think the way we roll with certain partners will change. Like it'll be like super specific one. Like when I roll with Raymond, this is the way I roll. And the way when I roll with Mang, this is how I roll. If I roll with Vic, it's different. Then then I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but after like each session, you start to think, hey, it feels really familiar.
Yeah.
It's very, very familiar. When you roll with like you say, like, you know, when I roll with different people, I will roll
Smash all the way, man.
style.
Yeah.
I don't smash. When I roll with Mark, I will try to smash because Mark will definitely smash me all the time. Because we all roll with Mark, we all know.
But the magical thing is, I don't know if you guys realize, leading up to competition, right? Like until competition prep and everything, right? Nearer to competition, the more similar everyone's style will be.
Intense.
Yeah.
Like not to say like everyone will do the same thing. No, it's not like the style will be the same. Like you feel that this everyone is ready for comp.
Yeah.
Everyone has that try to intensify themselves, get ready for comp. So that kind of style, I would say.
Yeah, because I think that when how we do in our team itself is like we have our cycle, because the competition for Copa is like every 3 months or every 4 months.
Every quarter.
Yeah, every quarter. So we'll have like the intensity from slow. Then when the registration is like opening rate, then we know that there's competition. Then we up our intensity up until the peak. Then when Copa compete, then we'll go down slow and then go up again. So like what Khye Shern actually mentioned, which is very true.
Yeah.
And then post-com is personally my favorite time to train is post-competition, right? Everyone come back from competition.
Some don't show up for 1 week.
Yeah. Then everyone come back fresh. I think that's fun because everyone will try new stuff.
Correct.
And then everyone will be more confident. And there's no pressure in the air. Everyone's just chill and then doing their own thing. I think that's fun as well.
Yeah, the post-comp is like everyone trying to come back, and they trying to go back to the drawing board. They try to fix their mistake, and then they will try new things. They will try to experiment certain techniques, certain position from there lah. So it's like very chill kind of after the post-comp.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we are almost at the middle part of the whole discussion already. So we're gonna go through our Q&A session, and there are 5 questions that is actually asked in this part itself, more than Alonso. Alonso have to post twice to get 6 questions or 7. I have to post twice, and this one. But I'm gonna go with the most simple question first. Question number 1. Hi.
What the fuck? That's not even a question, man.
Yeah, the person, there's not a question lah, but that person just put there hi.
Hi.
Okay, question number 2. I'm going to change my voice first. Question number 2. The person asks, why so handsome?
Who the fuck
they
asked that,
asking?
man?
Huh?
Who are they asking?
Ask you lah.
Of course,
Oh,
question.
I thought it's open to everyone. Oh.
No, it's ask you
the
only.
question
Ask
is
me,
because of
I'm
you.
handsome for what?
Yeah.
I know already I'm handsome.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to answer that.
Hey, come on, at least try, bro. At least try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
try.
Why so handsome? It would be a lie to say that I think that I'm ugly. But I've never actually like tried to sell this part of myself.
It's a bonus, right?
It's just a bonus, yeah.
Wow.
That's the difference between good-looking guys and good-looking girls, you know. Because good-looking guys, they don't have as much advantage as good-looking girls. So I don't think there's much to do. It's just a bonus. I just I look this way. Then okay.
Okay,
Next question.
Wow. Why both of them are always so chill? This is to you and Minkan. Why both of you are always so chill?
Oh, okay.
Why Minkan?
I can answer for him. I can answer for him. And then I think the reason why I'm not chill all the time. There are times that I'm like super intense, but I think the underlying style that we have is more relaxed, more chill kind of pace. And then actually I'm quite influenced by him because in the beginning he introduced me to BJJ and all this competition stuff, and I think he has that BJJ globetrotter mindset where he's not really trying to win all the time. He just wants to do cool shit.
Cool shit.
And that's his style, and it's all right. He really took the tapping is all right part to the max, which I respect a lot. And then which I also implemented into the way I learn. And I think that's the way he learns as well, because I remember the first year I trained BJJ, I tap a lot, and then adapting that chill mindset really helps to improve, you know.
Yeah.
And then when you start to roll with more and more different people, then you realize that because strength is always there. You don't have to do strength training during BJJ. It's not like every day you come and you lift people up and then you get strong. You can do strength training, strength and conditioning outside. And then, in my opinion, strength is always there, but technique is not. So you have to, and then being the one of the heaviest guys in the gym, I have to take care of my training partners. So there's this how should I say, there's this challenge or this potential deception in front of me that if I use my strength, then I won't know if it worked on you because I'm heavier than you, I'm stronger than you. So I won't know if I really learn a technique. So the way to do it is to just be chill and then see how it goes. And then when the time comes, you can just apply strength to that technique. You can apply strength to a technique. You cannot apply technique to strength. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you.
Hey, but cannot lah. I tell you, you so big size, even your white belt also, you tap higher belt, also. It's not because you're technical, you know. Sometimes they say that it's because you use your full strength.
Yeah, and
No.
I think that extends, being chill also extends to your mentality as well. it's just be chill with whatever happens. Not just training. It also happen. It also applies to like whatever people say after that. If that's what you want to think, it applies to life, basically.
Yeah.
Just be chill, go with the flow. I think that's the fundamental thing about BJJ, right?
Yeah, but I think that it is really a learning part lah. Tapping is not losing. Tapping is
Yeah.
really learning. You can tap during competition, you can tap during the match, during our life role itself. Why not? It's part of learning. Actually, BJJ, you are a competitor or you train as a hobby. I don't think that anyone in the world never tapped before. Even when you drill, you tap.
Yeah.
So why not?
Or if you really hate tapping that much, just don't tap lah. Just
Oh man, no way, man.
no. That's not what I mean. That's what I mean. I don't know if you guys. I think I'll bring Minkel in one more time. Since he's not here, I'll answer on behalf of him. I don't know if you guys realize the way me and Minkel always roll.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys.
Give me by the side.
I don't know if you guys realize, but the way we roll, it's always flow roll with us. It is always flow roll, and then we never really like tap like, oh shit, tap. It's more like we acknowledge the tap without even we acknowledge the submission without even the other person tapping. We just catch, let go, and then we just continue.
Yeah.
That's the way.
But not much people roll that way. Seriously, when you talk about flow roll, right? Not everyone can flow roll.
Not everyone. The guest for next week don't understand flow roll. The guest for next week don't understand flow roll. He put me to sleep while we are having flow roll.
I cannot before.
Yeah, we'll talk about him. They will introduce him later on lah. So we can just continue back for the question. Question number 4. Why are they always together?
Why? Okay. Because we train at the same gym. We live in the same area, and we are good friends. Yeah, we are always together because you always meet us when we are always together. Because at the gym.
Yeah, it's true. It's true that every time when you see Minkel, right, you will see Khye Shern. They are always there.
Because we live in the same area. Like we actually live pretty close to each other. And then I would say it all started when I started BJJ. I started MMA. I want to fight at the time. And then I remember my first BJJ class I went to. It's only Josh, our coach, me and Minkel.
Only you guys.
Yeah, and then
that was before Big Zat came, right?
Huh?
That was before Big Zat came.
Yeah, around that time he wasn't coach yet. And then that time Minkel started, and then that time those open mats starting to pop up around Penang. Then he will ask me, hey, if you want to go to open mats and stuff, then I agree. And then we'll take turns driving each other, because some open mats are quite far, and then we'll go gym hopping and stuff like that. So I think throughout all that, we became like really good friends. And then and then he's fun to hang out with. Of course, we hang out together all the time. Like if you guys stay nearer to me, we'll hang out all the time.
You sure fun.
Come on lah. We hang out during drinking session also lah. Come on. Remember we always go drinking that time also we hang out. Right?
You sure with Minkel is fun, guy. You go with Minkel like you talk to him. Every time you talk to him, I just smile.
But this guy is fun. But if you talk to Minkel, if you go talk to him right, in a depth details, right, in a certain topics, right, it's very fun to talk to him. It's very nice.
Yeah. We we have the same way of thinking, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be here in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. And last question. Oh, this person actually split question to two actually. KS ... and also MK ...
Huh?
Okay, since you can answer on behalf of Minkan lah, so I'll ask two questions to you. How many donut to satisfaction?
Minka or Khye Shern?
KS ... KS ... How many? They put the donut sign.
How many?
Donut.
My record is one dozen, maybe a bit more.
Man, one dozen.
Ask
That's a lot,
Raymond.
man.
Ask Raymond. He saw me eat.
Yeah, he's not only 1 dozen champ, he's also eating competition champ.
What
Oh
the
yeah.
hell?
Now I remember.
Yeah, eating comp champ.
But a dozen donuts is after dinner. That time was after dinner. So
Yeah, 1 dozen after
That-
dinner.
that was
Holy
my
crap, that's a
record.
lot.
Yeah, that was during Copa.
Yeah, that was during Copa.
Yeah, 1 dozen of donuts, I'll be eating for like 6 months.
You different, you got 6-pack, he don't have.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
man,
have
come on.
back.
I
MK.
got 3 balls.
Okay, MK. Answer on behalf. What if McD have no more fries?
Oh, I think I know from who this question is.
Wild guess from who?
I don't know. I'm guessing John.
That guy happily dating now lah. Where I got time for this?
Sifu.
Huh? No lah, not Sifu lah.
Okay.
One of our teammates also, but not.
Yeah, because not many people know Minkan like fries, McD fries.
Seriously.
One of the supper gang lah. One of the guys that we hang out at McD.
Oh, okay.
together.
But I can actually answer. His maximum is 4 large McD fries with 2 cokes, I think.
Ooh.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? How do you eat like this way? I really
One of his
miss-
favorite- I think one of his favorite things to do is like just buy the McD a la carte fries and then he just mix them together in a bowl and he just eat.
Holy crap, man. Serious.
Yeah, I guess that's why we hang out a lot also because we eat a lot. If you're not on our way to training, we are on our way to go eat something.
And no, we can have one formula, which is Texas chicken formula.
Oh,
Oh, when we go, there's one time I went to Texas chicken together with Minkan and all the teammates all lah. So Minkan actually showed us a formula on how to mix the perfect drinks.
oh yeah.
Take the drinks, put every single flavor. So I asked him, what's the ratio, what's the formula? He's like, agak-agak dude, agak-agaknya.
Anyone watching this, it's the drink is Minute Maid orange juice and Coke.
What the fuck?
I thought
seriously.
I thought few flavors. Only 2. I
No,
don't
only
really know.
2. Orange juice, Minute Maid orange juice and Coke.
Okay.
If you diet, go Coke Zero.
How does it taste like, man? Seriously, I can't imagine.
It's good. Seriously, it's good. And then if you go outside, if you find stevia Coke, right, the green one, actually tastes better. Stevia Coke and Minute Maid orange juice.
I'm still gonna buy and try.
I hardly eat green Coke, so I'm not quite sure.
We have a few more if you guys want,
Yeah, Kashan got one more. Kashan got one more Pizza Corner drinks.
Oh, 100
Oh
plus.
yeah. I remember. Yes. Yeah, I tried
Plus
that. I tried that.
watermelon.
Yes, plus
Plus and watermelon.
Seriously.
That's
Watermelon plus 100 plus, 100 plus, right? 100 plus and watermelon.
Hey, 100 plus was watermelon and watermelon plus 100 plus is same thing lah, bro.
Different.
Yeah, but then the
When Vic say it's different, it's different.
Yeah.
Don't question back.
Anyway, guys, that's the end of the question. So now it is for our time as a host to actually ask Khye Shern 3 questions in our Sembang Kosong session. I honestly prepare questions lah, but I know that the other 2 co-hosts, they are very random in their questions sometimes. And I look at me and Milky Banana, tongue is out already. So why don't Master Johnson share ask your 3 questions first.
Right, Khye Shern, you prefer donut or BJJ?
Oh, that's a very tough question.
Yeah.
Like, I can only pick one, and I cannot eat or do the other one forever.
Yeah.
BJJ. I prefer BJJ.
Why you were like BJJ?
Hard to let go of donuts, man.
Yeah, but there's one story Khye Shern share lah, which is a bit it is during our drinking session. He actually there's a choice to pick between BJJ and something else where he still picked BJJ.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was
really?
it? What was?
What was it? Share,
Vic,
man.
you were there.
I was there, man.
You
He's
were there,
He
but
can't
not
remember.
but not Master.
I
Master is
remember.
not there. But
I
Master is
remember.
not there. But this is we shouldn't talk about this. You were there in Kapal Singh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember. That was the best. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
PM me later, PM, yeah.
Okay, question number 2.
Huh?
Question number 2.
I did prepare for question number 2, man.
I know, man.
This is where sometimes the co-host came in unprepared because he's busy during daytime. We have to forgive him because I know that today he's very busy.
I don't mind, man, if you want to ask.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
randomly ask something else,
Yeah.
What's your question, Mom? Let's go.
What? I can't recall. Why don't you just continue and then I recall already, then I'll slot in.
Okay, I will ask. Okay, so if let's say you have a choice now, okay, you can only choose one sport.
Choice again, walao.
Yeah lah, bro. For you to choose, so you get. I know that you train wushu last time. So if let's say you get to train these two, right? I mean, you get to pick one. Which one would you actually go for it?
You mean
To
like
train for entire
back last time when I'm still training,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
right now? Because right now I'm not doing wushu anymore.
Okay,
Not
let's just say that.
actively.
Let's just say in between you get to choose like which one. You will go back to BJJ. You will choose BJJ or you will choose wushu as your primary sport. But you get to train these two. But then you still get to train these two. But which one will you train more?
BJJ, of course, BJJ.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, like for me, right? Wushu is a gateway to martial arts for me. Like people give wushu and traditional kung fu like a lot of shit, but I think for people who don't know anything about martial arts, right, you have to start somewhere, like taekwondo or karate or whatever, Krav Maga. Just you have to start somewhere to realize that it's what you want to do. Like I had friends that in kung fu when we started that they don't want to fight. They don't want to compete like against someone. They want to do cool ninja shit. They want to do spinning shit, jumping.
Yeah.
They want to look cool, and then they want to perform on stage and then get prizes for looking cool. I mean that's fine with it.
That's fine.
That's fine. Like, but for me, like the more I train last time, I actually did kung fu for almost 4 or 5 years. The 5th year overlapped with first year. I did BJJ and I fought. During those beginning 4 years, right, I did not know. I know the existence of BJJ and MMA, but I did not know I want to do that. But after training for a while, then I realized that okay, I want to be in a real situation.
Yeah.
So that's what made me choose BJJ and also Muay Thai and MMA and so on.
And you guys, just FYI lah, I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Khye Shern. The weapon that Khye Shern uses in his wushu training is actually the Guan Gong sword, is it? The Quan Tao.
Oh yeah. That
What do you call
saber, that glaive thing. That,
Yeah.
I don't know what.
That's Johnson's favorite weapon.
Holy crap! Hey,
His,
wait, you got problem now? You got problem?
his best friend also. His best friend's favorite weapon.
Oh, best friend. Okay. His best friend. He said that guy came to see him in his dream. Or you all came to see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You,
My
you,
second
you,
question
you
is,
got problem? Come see me now.
my second question is, will you choose ADCC, or if let's say you get to compete in the States, will you choose to compete in ADCC, or you want to choose to compete in Who's Number One? Who's Number One is the latest competition in from pro grappling. So it's no gi as well. Both is no gi. Okay. ADC, CC, we already know it's no gi, but the Who's Number One is also no gi.
And
So,
WNO, right?
yeah, it's WNO lah, basically.
Yeah.
So which one will you choose to compete if you have a chance lah?
Personally, I would pick ADCC.
Why? Because of
Because can no need wear rash guard mah.
holy crap!
Oh, now we know. Now we know.
Now I know it.
Last time in Singapore, the ADCC, you didn't wear rash guard.
I wore lah.
Then why you say you prefer ADCC? You don't have to wear race guard.
That's the real ADCC. The one in Singapore is ADCC. I think they collab or something, right? ADCC rule.
Oh, right. Yeah,
But it's still under Grapple Asia.
under ADCC. Yes, I remember. But, okay, so third question is,
I like ADCC rule set.
oh, you prefer ADCC rule set?
It's more exciting, it's more fun, especially in the beginning half of the match. And then my mathematics is not that good, right? So like it really helps when they reduce the number of points, so you don't have to count things.
Yeah. Actually, if a lot of points also quite. You get confused also.
Yeah, because in ADCC so many things are 2 points.
Yeah.
So many, you don't have to remember.
So many things are 2 points.
Pass guard is 3 or.
Oh yeah, you don't need to
everything is 2 points. Everything is 2 points, and then something don't even have points, so you don't have to care about that.
You just don't have to worry about all that. You just need to accumulate the points that you know you got, and then that's it. Then you don't have to worry about that stuff. Okay. So my third question is we have been training like cross training a lot, right, from last time until now. Who is your toughest role? I mean toughest role in class during class or during open match. Who's your toughest role?
Yeah, the one below, right below me. Toughest role.
I don't think that's a question, man.
You mean excluding Begzat?
No lah, this one.
Excluding Begzat. Excluding Begzat. We don't talk about Begzat. Don't talk about our coach. We know it's going to be hard anyway. But as like teammates, among your teammates or someone that you roll during open match.
If I have to pick one person, it will be Woon.
Ooh.
I think you all agree, right?
I totally agree.
Yeah, atomic bomb.
I roll with Woon on Saturday during like back in the old PTT where old competitive the place. When he comes on Saturday class, right? Well, seriously. Sometimes he came late, and then after that, like during rolling, like, that guy is seriously crazy.
Yeah, he was my drilling partner for a few years.
No wonder you're so good.
So for a few years, my first row is always with Woon.
Holy crap!
Now we know why you're so tough, lah.
Yeah.
But it's still so hard to keep up with him.
He's another level, I would say.
I heard
He's
someone
very
saying that
creative.
he can
Yeah,
choke
and
people
he's-
out while he's in people's close guard.
He choked me out when I
Yeah,
top
I
north south,
kena also. I kena also.
top north south, and that was the first time I got choked to sleep.
Oh, holy crap!
Oh, yeah. Well, before you go on for my question, just want to share one thing about Woon lah. Since I remember about this choking out part, years ago when I trained with Woon, the time Khye Shern haven't come to gym yet, but I trained with Woon, and I put him in a guillotine, and he went to sleep, and I didn't realize that he actually went to sleep. And that time Gary was our coach during that time. Bexar is not even here yet at the moment. Then after I put him to sleep, already after I got shocked because still new, I don't know what to do. I got so freaked out, like, oh, how? So Gary came. It's okay, bro. It's okay. Relax. And he turned Woon really lay like flat already. He went, bam.
Hit where?
Hit the hard part. Bam. And then he was all the saliva all flew out.
It's like you cannot rustle, man.
Yeah,
It's like you cannot rustle.
yeah. Then Woon woke up. Hey, how many su?
Short-term memory loss. Yeah.
And I was so shocked, and I think after one during that one whole month, I did not, when I put people somewhere in guillotine, I like keep checking on them if whether or not they're okay or what.
But you
But it's very traumatized. It's very traumatized. Then I asked Woon, why didn't you tap? He answered me, I think I can still tahan.
I think I can.
The typical Woon lah. I think lah.
I think I can. But he's honest, what?
Huh?
He's honest.
Yeah. But that's the funniest part lah. I think that during this pandemic he's not training, but hopefully once the pandemic everything is
Yeah, I miss him, man.
yeah, he
We all miss him, man.
come back for
He's a
training,
very
man.
good training partner, actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. He's a very good training partner.
Because if he tap during drills or like training techniques, right? If he tap, that means the technique really work.
Yeah.
Yeah. He usually don't tap to normal submission or that. If the submission doesn't work, right, he won't tap. He's being really realistic.
Which is very good. So you learn the proper technique.
Yeah, true. You learn a proper technique.
Yeah. So now my question to you, very simple question. Actually, all my question is always very simple. Question number one: if you get to choose only one role for your whole life, will it be
You choose.
will it be a tough role or will it be just flow role?
For the rest of my life,
Yeah.
I'll go with flow rolling. Because for the longevity of the sport, and then flow rolling, it's not like you can't roll seriously when you flow roll. You can still roll, you can still have the competitive mindset when you roll. But it's just the way you roll. It's just small flow. And if you plan to keep doing this sport for a long time, then flow rolling will be one of the best solutions.
Yeah.
You can do it for everything. You can do it for warm-ups. You can do it for drills. I bet some people flow roll during competition, and there are even flow rolling competitions. So
Flow rolling competition.
seriously, there are. They get judged by style point.
What?
Yeah, it's like
Wow,
lah.
style point.
Okay, question number two.
Different, man.
If you only get to choose one sports, MMA or BJJ?
But I can pick MMA because in MMA I still get to do BJJ. Like I come to gi class wearing like MMA gear, and then
Yeah, right.
Okay, accepted. Okay, the last question it's really a simple question. But I hope that no one gets offended in this question.
I still have to choose.
Yeah, you get to choose choice. Assume you're single.
Okay.
Assume you're single. Which BJJ superstar girl would you date? BJJ / MMA.
/
MMA. Okay, I just give you two choices only.
That
I haven't finished. Two choice.
I already have answer. Okay, go.
Choice ma. Gabby Garcia or Cyborg?
Hell,
Oh,
I thought it's open-ended.
holy crap! Bad how?
Gabby Garcia.
Please, pick the correct one.
Cyborg.
You're thinking too long.
You take a very long time to think about this answer.
I think Gabby Garcia richer.
You pick the rich one, so you want to pick the rich
You
one.
rather pick the rich.
Yeah, pick the rich one.
What if Cyborg is rich?
You pick Andy Garcia already.
I think Gabby Garcia is richer.
Yeah, anyway, guys, it is not about shaming anyone or what. It is really about picking two legends, which is Gabby Garcia is actually a legend in BJJ. She's an active competitor and she's also a professional MMA fighter. And for Cyborg also, she's a black belt. I think that it would make a perfect couple because I heard this from another friend of ours / teammates. These teammates actually tell me exactly the same thing. Like people see all these people like they think that they are shaming these people and not, but it's actually not. Looking at Cyborg or looking at Gabby Garcia, they are truly I would say asset for the sports.
Yep.
Because they are not only they are world champion in the sports that they are doing, they are also a legit competitor. So when we are saying this, it doesn't mean that it is about looking at the looks or what, where it is more on like picking which partner that you think suitable for you.
That's true because there are many criteria of picking a partner.
Yeah.
One of the criteria is not to lose your rice cooker, right?
Oh yeah.
Rice cooker, yeah. That related to the rice cooker story.
The rice cooker. I think Mang don't know about the rice cooker story, but the rice cooker story.
Well, the rice cooker, the Indian guy married a rice cooker. A few days later, he tried already.
Oh.
I was gonna ask Khye Shern.
Huh? What?
You want to ask Khye Shern rice? Will he marry rice cooker?
No, I was gonna ask him. Hey, are you gonna if let's say you have a rice cooker, are you gonna be that guy in Indonesia?
No, man. Khye Shern will definitely marry a donut maker.
He already divorced his rice cooker.
Air fryer maybe.
Air fryer.
Anyway, guys.
No oil, man.
Yeah, we are already at the end of the session, and
Hey, but wait. Before we end this session, right, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing rash guard.
Why?
And I have this lah because I think Mang actually shared before that someone actually put this on to look cool, so I'm trying to look cool today. So please don't judge me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't judge. You know, I can wear rash guard to do these things, or I can put this on to look cool. Don't judge.
All right.
Are you wearing your gi pants and can you stand up?
No lah, no gi pants lah. It's just long pants. Oh. see my belly. Finish lah. Ayo, give me a few more months. I'll get fit again.
Just upper body. Wow, looks complete.
Wow.
Work from home style, ma.
Work from home style lah. Yeah.
Work from home style.
Yeah. So don't judge people. People can wear whatever they want. It's their personal life. So don't judge the people based on their personal life.
Yep.
Correct? Like Mang have his hair on, so don't judge him. Khye Shern have,
People always say this is a rubbish bag.
yeah, Khye Shern have he can move his chest. Don't judge his chest. or Vic have like a different type of taste in food and all. Don't judge Vic.
True.
Correct,
So
it's
just
his
people,
personal
if you
life.
especially you don't know that person, don't that.
Yeah,
Don't
especially don't we maybe talk like 4-5 times, but we talk all the time so we can judge each other. Like I don't talk to you,
Fuck
you
lah,
don't
we
judge,
know
you don't
shit
judge
you
me.
lah. We know everything about that. About
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah. Vic, like you know this is not the session, but I want to ask you one question. Why you like to shower one?
Fuck, man, who doesn't like shower?
I didn't judge. That's why I didn't judge. That's why I asked you why you like to shower.
Fuck, man, you want to say hygiene? Of course, hygiene, man.
Hey,
Hygiene
Vic,
is
why you
good.
like to go to the alley? I'm sorry
That
for
is not
judging
me.
you.
Fuck lah, this is another question for another topic for
Hey.
another day. See,
What? The
Hello.
guy, oh my god, he left.
he left again. His battery
Aiyo.
down again.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think his laptop no battery.
Yeah lah, that's
Oh.
why all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, Raymond.
Yeah,
Go
next week, Judge. I think we are not waiting for him already. We're gonna wrap up this session already. Next week, guest. Another guy that decided another mock type of guy where he mentioned to me that, oh, I'm camera shy. I told him, yeah, I'll see you next week. The guy that put me to sleep with his famous look chop. He'll be, yeah. Who know? I think you guys know lah who I'm talking about.
Yeah, already know who it is already.
Yeah,
I think
Khye Shern.
he
Khye Shern is thinking. You know who or not?
I know.
But you look like you're like thinking, what's happening and all. Yeah,
I'm always thinking.
yeah. I think I'm gonna ask him this question next week also. If you can choose your whole life, tough roll or flow roll, he will ask me back. What is flow roll?
Well, anyway, so yeah, we'll have Jen next week. So for our podcast. Yeah, I think maybe you can do the closing if you want to. You can go ahead with the closing.
I don't want to do the closing, to be very honest. I really enjoy talking to every one of you. Like we do have like our catch-up session like all the time. But anyway, we try to keep the limit of the show below 2 hours or lesser than that. But we hope that everyone able to like find this session to be entertaining. With Milky Banana is joining. Find this session to be entertaining and find this session to be something that you can learn. Although we touch a bit on BJJ and we touch a bit on how the whole BJJ competition or how the whole BJJ training actually surround us as a team. That's very important. And yeah, also shout out to the sponsor of our show, which is Black Belt Tape.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you want to purchase Black Belt Tape, use our promo code Sembang10, SEMBANG, Sembang10, and you get 10% discount.
If you want to learn how to shake your TTs like Khye Shern, you can always DM me on
This PM Khye Shern. If you want to do renovation, you know who to find. You want to learn BJJ, you also know who to find. Same
and you
person.
know where to find. Yes.
Yeah. And if you want to know how to learn how to charge your laptop before the show start also, find the same person also.
No, bro. The battery will last 1.5 hours only. Okay.
Shit, man, all the time.
Yeah, anyway, guys.
Anyway.
Yeah. Thank you so much for
Ignore
watching.
I ignore the warning sign. Then all suddenly you cut off.
Yeah.
Hey, stop cutting me off.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I'll
It's
see you
been
guys.
fun, guys.
Yeah, we'll meet each other again very soon. And I'll see you back, Khye Shern.
All right.
Khye Shern.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.